What is going on, guys? It is your boy CryptoMykel here, coming today with a, well, complete experimental project here. Of course, you've seen on a live stream I was mining coal, which is merge mining with ore, which we were burning our coal and wrapping our ore to mine ingots. It was a whole thing. That was kind of that. It's an interesting process, and well, I kind of like it. Today, I'm actually going to give this a shot because I'm pretty certain it's going to work. This is a BC250 that I have. Now, it's currently mining Friend on Raven, but there's no Friend, but yeah, here we are. So we're mining Friend solo on Kilo Pool, but that does leave our AMD BC250 with our 6 cores, 12 threads unutilized. Alright, so I'm kind of curious if I can do this, but I'm going to remote console into it and start installing some of the dependencies. Alright, so once we've logged in, we're just going to go ahead and do apt update. Truly, I just need to see if we can even curl and install Rust, which looks like we can. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and install Rust. So for MMPOS, which is the operating system I'm using for the BC250s, it says we need to, best case is of course close, we need to close our session in order to restart the shell. Alright, now that we have done that, we are going to install the Solana CLI, which to paste things into this terminal, just Control Shift V, and you can just install it that way. So we are now installing the Solana CLI wallet onto the mining rig, or we can copy the path directory that it's telling us to and run that just that way the path is correct. Now we should be able to do Solana -- version, and it should give us Solana CLI version 1.18.4. So currently is working. Now we do need to create a key pair. So Solana was a dash keygen new. Alright, so this is going to create a new wallet on this machine. So of course this next little bit will be cut for you because it has my seed phrase. So yeah, you won't see this next part, but enter a passphrase if you would like, or you can leave it blank. I would suggest setting a passphrase, especially since this is on a mining rig, so I do not suggest doing this whatsoever. This is just for testing purposes to see if we can even do this. So 1 second. Alright, now most of this is bleeped out for you, but there is an important highlighted piece of information right here. This is where your key pair is now stored. Now I suggest you CD, so you just do CD and then of course what you just copied, which is -home -miner -config -solana -id.json. And now once you have that nano, you would do nano id.json, and then that way you can read it, copy that, and import that into a Phantom wallet. That way you can easily access the funds, because the seed phrase that it does give you, however, is tied to your wallet, is not tied to the corresponding wallet address that you are using in the CLI wallet. So just do keep that in mind. Once you nano id.json, it'll give you this super long string of numbers. Just Control A, or might have to, yeah, just double click it. That way you can copy all the characters, copy it, and then go to your Phantom wallet and import that. So just like this, import, name it, good to go. So also, just to double check, once you have your private key imported and everything, just to double check, you can type in Solana and then address, and that will give you your Solana address, and then you can double reference that with, let's say, Phantom Wallet. You need to go to receive, check out the address, the last 3 or last 4, and they match. So our addresses are correct, so that way we can properly track this. Now on to the next part, which is we need to cargo install. I'm gonna do, we need the OR CLI installed, so we're gonna go ahead and install OR CLI so that way we have it, so that way that's going, and this will take a minute probably, so be right back. Okay, so for the crazy record, I had to basically sudo apt build essentials and then install some libraries because things were not working, and now we should be able to actually install the OR CLI. So let's try this again, and hopefully that actually fixes that. I mean, makes sense. There it goes. See, makes sense because this is like a mining rig, so a lot of the essential stuff that we really don't need or use isn't there. So yeah, I don't know about all that. No space left on the device. There's tons of space on this device. Well, I guess that answers that. Super duper excited. So actually, thanks to 306Miner and RetroMyk, I was actually able to release the more storage. So we were, as you've seen just a minute ago, we ran out of storage on our drive, which wasn't allowing us to install anything else further past the Solana CLI wallet. But I knew that the drive was much larger than what it was giving us. Well, I was not aware of the MMP Expand command. I could have looked in the help file, apparently, in the MMP help, but I didn't. And I was actually talking on the live stream on Saturday morning, and RetroMyk said that it was in the help, and then 306Miner said that I can do MMP Expand, and it will expand my root folder the rest of the way. So it gave us the rest of the drive, which was like another extra 100 and almost 120 gigs of space. So now we can actually go back into our machine, and we can do cargo. Oh, it can go cargo install OR CLI, and now we will be able to finally install the rest of the files from OR the CLI, and then we can actually install Cole's CLI as well. So that'll be really cool and super helpful that we actually will be able to utilize this now and potentially meet our dreams. So I will be right back. Just when we thought we were done, we are not. So we still ran into the same issue we were having before, which is we ran out of space. Ultimately, it is not our drive. It was mainly the fact that the temp file size on MMPOS is actually very small. So whenever you build cargo packages, it puts all of them into the temp file before it's finished and packages them all up. Well, the temp drive cannot handle all of that. So the workaround, once we of course expanded the drive, because that still needed to be done, there was still like 119 gigs of space that was still unused, that we merged in to the main drive. Now that means we have extra space. What comes to find out, so you actually, I had to get creative because it was super early in the morning. I couldn't sleep, and we started going in, and I just kind of asked good old freaking Chat GPT of what I should do, and it gave me basically the idea of first cleaning the logs and then exporting my cargo target directory to a new folder that we created on our drive, the 120 gig part of the drive. So now we can cargo install anything we want because we now are automatically pushing that to a different location on the drive. So actually I got Cole up and working. This is actually the command to run Cole, but I'm just going to show you real quick of how to go ahead and install something. So I got cargo install, and instead of Cole, let's go with or-cli, so we can kind of get the gist of how this goes down now. Now that we have zero issues when it comes to installing cargo files, now that our drive is now exported to a different folder other than our temp drive, which is too small to hold all 650 packages before it's processed while it's building it. So that's how you do that. I do not recommend mining while you're doing this, and it locks it up. So, but nonetheless, I can just a simple reboot fixes that. But just for the record, don't mine while you're doing this. So we'll be right back once everything's done and installed. Now, while this is downloading and compiling, I do want to show this is actually a OR pool, and I would recommend this if you're actually looking at doing something like this, only because you do not have to spend Solana for your transactions on mining a OR pool and a Cole pool, which you can do both on the same machine. So like on my other Ubuntu machine, here's my Cole pool, and then down here is actually my OR pool. So pretty interesting in the fact that you can do both without an issue. So do keep that in mind if you have a pretty good machine, that you can do both. I would not recommend it while we're doing it on like our MMPOS machine, mainly because I don't know the capabilities of the CPU that is on this machine as of yet, and we run into a few issues here and now of when you're running the pool or just solo mining Cole, eventually the terminal will close, and it's because of MMPOS's terminal. So if you're not selected on the terminal, eventually it'll time out, and that will stop you from mining. So just little things like that. But you can pool mine and not accrue those costs of paying for transaction fees. So it's just little things that you can actually do that some people may not actually know. So now that is installed, you can actually you can try it and go OR, and then do benchmark -- cores, and we have 6 cores on this machine, I believe, which you can, if you don't know, you can type in ls CPU, and we'll give you the breakdown of the CPU. We have 6 cores, 2 threads per core, so still just 6 threads. So we can do OR benchmark -- cores 6, and then just like that, it'll benchmark OR. And then if you can also benchmark Cole as well, if your heart so desires. It takes about 30 seconds or so per benchmark. If you do not give it the cores command, then well, it'll just benchmark the default, which is 1 core. So don't do that. So for the sake of your eyes and squinting, for your OR benchmark, we were getting about 501. For Cole, we were at 493. So about the same, averaging around 500 per one. So a BC250 will get you about, I've seen anywhere from 500 to 700 hashes, for hash power. So overall, not bad. Now, like I said, I would recommend like pool mining, or the OR HQ pool is actually the easiest to get downloaded because it's a cargo file. The one for Cole is not a cargo file, and you actually have to like get and do a little bit of extra finagling on that one, and would have to reset the directory that it's getting installed into. So for the sake of the video, we will do we've already installed it. To install it, you need a cargo install or -HQ right here. Cargo install or -HQ client. Once you have done that, all you need to do is run that exact command. So or HQ client. This will pop up. Welcome to the Eclipse or client. So you need to either sign up, which we don't need to sign up because we already have an or account, but for the sake of the video, we'll click sign up. The server, it is literally typed in right there for you. So Eclipse EC1 PSE.me. Click enter. The default key pair. Now, we do have to keep in mind that our key pair is in a different folder than this. So, in order to acquire that, you can actually do one of two things. One, like we stated back when we created the CLI, save that location, which if you didn't, you have to then edit this because this is not the correct file location for. So in order to do this, if you're doing this on an MMPOS, it's going to be home miner. It is home miner config Solana ID JSON. Would you like to add this to the configuration file? Yes. So now that we've set that, we should be able just to click mine one IPSE, which is eclipse.me. Enter, config. We have 12 threads, so if we can just click enter, it'll be 12, 0. Now we are officially mining ore to the Eclipse pool, and boom, just like that. Now if you are mining coal, which I was mining coal a minute ago, let's see, so we're gonna stop this real fast. For mining coal, we just have to, so right there. So this is the full thing to mine coal. Now I already have a bunch of coal that I actually need to go ahead and claim real fast. So we're gonna get rid of the cores. We can get rid of priority fee because it will just do the base priority fee. So we're just gonna do claim. So we're about to claim 0.22 coal. Click yes. So any transaction. Pretty straightforward on how to claim things. For claiming on the pool though, you have to claim through their little mini dashboard. So boom. So then we can actually just do coal, so balance. This will give us the coal that we have in our wallet. So Solana balance. That's how much Solana we have in our wallet. And then go ahead and do, now that we have restarted the miner, I will show you how to go ahead and get your stats. So just head over to the Eclipse. It's stats.eclipse.me. So this is actually the last transaction that was made. And this gives you all the information about the pool. So 24-hour earnings from this pool has been about 5.23 ore. Ore is about $65 right now. So if you care about price, 5.23, that's about $339 in the last 24 hours. They have total staked, total rewards. It's been rewarded out. People have claimed 83 ore, and with the amount that they have staked, it actually gives you a ×2 staking multiplier for mining. So that is a good benefit. And this kind of shows you all of the difficulties in the last 24 hours. So the amount of people that have hit over a 22, there's been a ton of 26 difficulty blocks, which is great for the pool. That means the pool earns more. But remember just to copy the address that you just saved a second ago. And this is our miner, our MMPOS miner. Okay. So disregard this. That will reset once you start earning a bit more rewards. Our last two that we've submitted were 14 difficulties, so that will increase with the amounts sitting here, kind of like our other one has, over time. Now the benefit of mining to a pool, especially coal or the ores HQ pool, is you can actually link all your miners onto the same one. So I can install this on a different MMPOS machine and give it the same key pair, which would be a little bit different, not difficult, but different. You would just carry that key pair and you would import it, create a key pair, then ls nano the key pair, edit it, change the private key address. Therefore, you'd be able to have the same key pair on a different machine. Now you'd have to do it all through command line. So you theoretically you can do that, and then you can stack them all up. So I'm submitting shares at right now 2,000 hashes because I'm able to utilize all 12 threads of my CPU instead of just cores. And we do know that our CPU is hashing currently, and if you would like, just give our page a refresh, and then we can even come back over here and re-enable our miner. So we'll be back to solo mining Vertcoin, and then also pull mining ore on this MMPOS machine. It's a lot, I know, but it can be done on a BC250 through MMPOS. You can do that with any rig on MMPOS, actually, not just the BC250. As long as you're using MMPOS, you can actually do this because you can install through the command line. You could actually probably most likely do this on Hive as well if your heart so desires. And I wouldn't personally say to do this on a BC250 because of the fact the way you have to communicate with it is just a little bit difficult, and it's not the easiest thing to do. It can be done though. And well, we will catch you on the next time, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this long tutorial video. Much love. Peace out. Stay hashing. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can get some more degen mining content like this. And well, stay savage, guys. See y'all later.